Alright, so here's something that caught my eye recently, and I think it's gonna catch yours too. Imagine this. A heavy metal fanzine from the early 80s, born in the heart of Sheffield, is celebrating its 45th anniversary by re-releasing a lost cassette as a CD. Sounds like a metalhead's dream, right? But what makes this really interesting is the story behind it, and trust me, it's a story that's as much about passion and perseverance as it is about music. So let's dive in. Gaz Holmes, the mastermind behind Skullcrusher magazine, is the guy we're talking about. Back in 1981 and 1982, during the new wave of British heavy metal, NWOBHM, Holmes was doing something pretty unconventional. He wasn't just a fan, he was a creator, a DIY pioneer. Personally, I think this is where the story gets fascinating. Holmes started Skullcrusher because he saw bands struggling to get noticed. His own band, Ethos, had dissolved, and he didn't want other bands to fade into obscurity. So, he took matters into his own hands, literally. He printed the fanzine on a Gestetner machine in his kitchen, stapled it himself, and sold it at gigs. 50 issues in a year. That's dedication. What many people don't realize is how grassroots movements like this shaped the music scene. Holmes wasn't just documenting the NWOBHM, he was part of it. He compiled Steel City Rock, a cassette featuring Sheffield bands like Alyx, Fallen Angel, and Renegade. This wasn't some corporate project, it was a labor of love, sold at local record stores and gigs. If you take a step back and think about it, this is the essence of the NWOBHM, raw, unfiltered, and driven by passion. Now, the NWOBHM itself is a fascinating chapter in music history. It's often framed as a reaction to the fading old guard of metal, bands like Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath. But what this really suggests is that it wasn't just about new sounds, it was about a new attitude. Bands like Iron Maiden, Def Leppard, and Saxon brought a punk DIY ethic into metal, making it faster, heavier, and more intense. In my opinion, this fusion is what made the NWOBHM so revolutionary. It wasn't just a genre, it was a movement. But here's where it gets even more interesting. By the mid-80s, the movement started to shift. Bands like Def Leppard began moving toward a more polished, radio-friendly sound. Personally, I think this is where the narrative gets a bit bittersweet. The NWOBHM didn't die, but it evolved, and not everyone was on board with that evolution. Holmes himself reflects on how it just faded away as people moved on with their lives. It's a reminder that even the most vibrant scenes are temporary, shaped by the people and the times. Fast forward to today, and Holmes is bringing Steel City Rock back, this time on CD, through his own label, Skullcrusher Records. What makes this re-release stand out, though, is its purpose. All proceeds after production costs are going to support musical activities for people with early onset dementia. From my perspective, this is what makes the story truly special. It's not just about nostalgia, it's about giving back and keeping the spirit of the NWOBHM alive in a meaningful way. So, what's the bigger takeaway here? I think it's this: music isn't just about the songs, it's about the people who make it, the communities that rally around it, and the legacy they leave behind. Gaz Holmes and Skullcrusher are a testament to that. They remind us that even the most DIY, underground efforts can have a lasting impact. And honestly, that's something worth celebrating, whether you're a metalhead or not. This raises a deeper question, though: how many other stories like this are out there, waiting to be rediscovered? What other unsung heroes shaped the music we love today? It's a thought that's been lingering in my mind ever since I heard about this. So, here's my challenge to you: dig into your local music history. You never know what you might find. And with that, let's wrap it up. If you're as inspired by this story as I am, drop a comment below. Let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, keep rocking, and keep digging into the stories that make music what it is.